What's up, y'all? This is Angela.
And this is Daria.
And this is Where Are My Keys?
Where they at, y'all? Where they at, y'all? Oh, where they at? Where they at, y'all? All right, y'all, we back.
Yes.
Another episode.
So glad to be here.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I am so happy. We just got back from our first outing. It was everything.
The St. Louis Boxing Club. Because I think I called it the gym before.
Yeah. That's the club. And we shut it down.
Yes, we did.
It was fabulous.
It was so fun. If you weren't there, you missed it.
Yes.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
We ain't gonna hold it against you next time.
No, yeah. Shout out to everybody that came and supported. Got your workout on. Because we trying to stay fit.
Yeah. More important now we're over 40 and whatnot.
Yeah, so we're going to have some more events again. So just make sure you are staying tuned, following us.
Absolutely. And shout out to D and Heath and Sumner, the trainer, for allowing us to invade their space. And they were just completely gracious.
They're amazing. Yeah.
All right.
So just a few housekeeping things. Welcome back to our listeners. If you are watching via YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you share, because we want to get this out to everybody. Okay, don't be selfish. Share us.
Give.
Share us.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way, all the formalities.
All right. So not long ago, we were talking about lifing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like this on my photo. real time energy.
More drama.
No more drama in my life. I can sing for real, but I'm not gonna give it to you right now.
She truly can.
Shout out to Mary J. Y'all, we being silly. I think it's the class.
Yeah, the class do have you delirious. They put you through it.
I'm tired. But yes, so go ahead.
Lifing. One of the qualities that we were talking about that kind of helps you to bounce back. Persistence. Yeah. So
what is persistence? What does that mean to you?
Persistence to me means that you are keeping your nose to the grind. When ish goes left, you continue on your path no matter what. When the resources have deplenished, you are still laser focused on that goal.
So it's persistence in a sense like not giving up?
Yes, absolutely. I think that is synonymous with persistence. Not giving up, having grit, having tenacity.
Yeah, that's a little hard to do sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Depending on what is going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's been several times in my life where that has been fortified. That quality has been fortified. As my cousin Matt likes to say, I should have folded several times.
Talking about you personally, he said you should have folded.
Yes, in the story of my life up to this point, there should have been several times that I folded.
I feel like that's everybody's story. I mean, I don't know, maybe not, but life just kind of comes at you sometimes. Yeah. And they say if life gives you lemon, make lemonades, but sometimes I'm not thirsty. Sometimes I don't want no lemonade. I want to throw them back. Say, but yeah, life is hard. I think being able to be persistent is a mindset. Because you have to make sure that even though there's adversity, even though there's disappointment, even though there's a door that's shut in your face, or maybe somebody's not supporting you, or you gotta mentally say, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to choose to wake up the next day and do A, B, C, and D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's an easy feat. Like I said, just depending on what's going on at the time. But I think if you are persistent, I think it's very rewarding. It can be rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I recently have adopted a saying. I ain't gonna say it's a saying, it's more of a mindset. That when things go left, it's not rejection, it's redirection.
Yes.
So sometimes we're just not pursuing the right things, or the intention is incorrect, or it's not in line with the will of God or the will for your life.
Come on and preach, sis.
But also I do ride share, and it's so interesting. One of my passengers was a young 25-year-old. He does detailing at a car dealership, and he was talking about how he had a setback, got locked up, but he's working multiple hours at this job. He found an opportunity, found a way to pursue his dream. He wants to open up his own detailing.
Oh, nice.
And so I was just like, good for you, because there's a lot of people that just do not have the vision for their lives.
Yeah.
I think that's the important key too. You have to have a vision for your life in order to be persistent.
Yeah.
How are you going to stay encouraged?
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing with your life.
That's true. Yeah. And you see so many people so many times that have their hands in everything. You know what I mean? And I think that is lack of direction. Like, you know, what do they say? Jack of all trades, master of nothing. Yeah. So you doing everything and you doing all, you know, making these moves, but you're never completing something. You're never, you know what I'm saying? Because if something happens, put that down, I'm gonna pick this up. You know, because something's not working. But I think staying persistent in whatever the initial thing that you're pursuing is important, you know? And I remember, and I tell people this all the time. So my daughter, I don't know if I mentioned this on another episode. Y'all forgive me if I did. But my oldest, I was just telling somebody about this the other day. She, in 8th grade, they can start doing sports in the middle school. So she wanted to go out for cross country. And I was like, oh yeah, do it, you know, whatever. Never done. I knew it was a long distance stuff, but you know, so she went. Oh boy. Yes, she went. And I don't know if it was after the first practice or what, but she wanted to quit. And I told her she couldn't. I was like, nope, you got to keep going. And I was like, if after this, you know, after the season is over, you don't want to do it again, that's fine. But I need you to do it because I don't want you to think that, you know, again, to me, that's a part of being persistent. Like something happens or something goes wrong or I don't like this or somebody said this or somebody done, you know, did that. So now I'm moving on to something else. No, stay persistent in this, finish this, get what you're supposed to get from this, you know, from this particular moment, you know, in time.
I think that helps also to cultivate passion. Like what I do real estate on the side. And so many times things go left or they go not as planned. But in spite of that, I still really enjoy it because when it goes right, oh my gosh, it's such a rush.
Reward. Yeah.
And it makes it that much sweeter that in spite of that, you were able to overcome it, and the pieces came together, and it worked.
And it makes it worth it all in the end. Yeah, and you know, even like when I went back to school to get my master's, y'all child, like. I don't know how I made it. I do know I made it. It was by the grace of God. He kept me, you know, and then my sister encouraged me, my mom, my husband, you know, my kiddos were rah-rah too, you know what I mean? And you know, and I think we have to be careful with things that we speak. But
that's good. That's good.
Because that'll deter you too, to be honest. You know, I wanted to fold, I wanted to quit. And I kept saying, like, I'm quitting, you know, but I didn't. And I made it. And I knew, and I tell people this now. And that's another thing. Like, if you persist and you keep going, your testimony is going to help somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe not in the same arena as graduating school or whatever, but there's still some identities or identification that you can identify with, you know, with someone in some instance. So now I can tell people who are in school, like, hang in there. You gonna make it. You gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to be rewarding. I love being a nurse practitioner. I love my job. So again, I persisted. I kept going, and now I'm able to get those, you know, the fruits of my labor.
I'm so proud of you,
in
friend.
A sense. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Okay, but that also brings up the point of the importance of aligning yourself with the right people.
You need a couple. You ain't gotta be 10 folk. It ain't got to be 50 or 100. You don't need an entourage. If you just got one that's in your corner, cheering you on. Come on, sis. Come on, bro. You know, you can do it. You know, you got this. Stay in there. What you need me to do? You need me to cook some dinner? You know what I mean? Like, you just need one.
Right.
Yeah.
My credo, no spectators.
None allowed. Yeah.
If you're here just to watch, gone now.
Yeah. We need some cheers in the audience. Right? A round of applause.
Yes. Even with this podcast. What are some?
And that, you know what? That's kind of what brought this topic on, because we talked about, you know, me and Angie started in August. We started where we were with what we had.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
And it's been some, you know, some bumps and some bruises. Nothing that's, you know, too bad, because we come back all the time.
But we had no experience.
None. Absolutely none. And shout out to Teresa.
Yes.
Who definitely helped. Like we called her. She got on the Zoom call. She helped us out. And she was going to be our executive producer. But we ended up because... we're older and, trying to do things that is kind of for this new generation. I can't believe I'm saying that. It made me feel old. But it's hard learning new things.
It is.
But we wanted to learn and we wanted to kind of dive in and do things ourselves with the editing and, trying to reach out for people to be interviewed and things like that. So we have been learning as we have gone along, but it's been very rewarding because when we do something, it's like, look at you, friend. Like we, half-having each other because we, take different responsibilities with the podcast. So she do something, I do something. We try to do stuff together. It's hard when our schedules, don't match or whatever, but like we are doing it, by ourselves. And I'm very proud of us.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let us be a testament to you.
Yes.
That, whatever it takes. And again, like, asking somebody, who you see do it, like, hopefully they'll be willing to help you out, sometimes people might not, but you got to keep going. Right. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that's just not their
It's not, no, ask somebody else, you know. And even with Teresa, like if she didn't know, she reached out to somebody who she thought knew. And that person didn't know us from a can of paint. And they have to, and that's what, when we talk about like support and things like that, you often find that your support comes from people that you don't know. I had shared with Angie, because Angie's not on Twitter. We talked about that last week. But she's going to get on Twitter soon. But anyway,
there's give me some famous besties.
Yes, me and K-Ro. I call her K-Ro now. But so there was this young lady who, it was a stat. I commented on the stat and I think it was a podcast, something, and she mentioned something. But anyway, we followed each other, and I was like, give me your, what's the name of your podcast so I can subscribe. And listen, I don't know her from a can of paint, but like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So she subscribed, and she kind of came back and was like, oh, yeah, I'm listening, and whatever. And I was just like, okay. A few days later, I was like, okay, I'm listening to your podcast, whatever. And after that, she done shared, retweeted something. So she said, like, listen to this, these girls' podcasts, these queens' podcasts. And I don't even know her. You know what I mean? So that to me, like, speaks volumes. Now, definitely the support that comes from people that we do know, definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
But for the most part, I do see that it comes from outside of people that I don't know.
Yeah, and when I do rideshare, like we talking about everything, but I always bring up the podcast, and everybody gets a kick out of the name, and they're like, "I'm getting ready to follow you right now."
Oh, awesome!
Yes. Because I'm so animated. They was like, "Shit, I gotta get more of this."
You got a partner too, but that's cool. But like, you gotta. We were saying like you gotta. Did we say this somewhere? I don't remember, y'all.
Say it again.
But we were just talking about how you have to encourage yourself. Like, you know what I mean? You got to be your own cheerleader sometimes. So, like,
if you all dry, defeated, who wants to hear that?
I'm going that way.
Thank you. You want to be encouraged. You want to be a light in this world. And, so when we were first starting, you were concerned about our events and people showing up and whatnot.
Always like that. And I always take, because I told her this too, I was just like, but whoever shows up is who's supposed to be there. Yes. But the initial, like, you want people to show up. Yeah. So I'm always like, and I've always been like that. But yes, that is one of my things. Yeah.
But another, what I was trying to relate to her, to Miss Daria, is that as long as we do it, we need to do it. Yeah. And then all we need is one yes. Stop focusing on the no's and think about what could go right. Think about the yes. All you need is one yes, and it will change your life.
Absolutely.
But you can't get the yes unless you move forward.
That's right.
Unless you do it.
That's right. So take the steps, like whatever it is, whatever you're thinking about. I feel like now everything in decency and in order. Don't just be out here all willy-nilly. But if you've been like pondering things, you know what I'm saying? At least try to start taking some steps towards it. You know what I mean? Like me and Angie with this podcast, we started, as an idea. We had a meeting. I'm sure I was looking at the pictures the other day and it looked like I was signing a contract. But like we sat down, we had a meeting. We came, we both came to the table with ideas and, you know, what have you. And then just kind of worked from there. And we could have just been like, girl, we don't know like what we supposed to do. Let's just, you know, table it. But I always tell y'all about Angie. Like she gung-ho about everything. And she said she'll do it half. You know.
Yeah, half-baked. I love a half-baked idea.
Like, she's just gonna do it. And I love that about her because I feel like she rubs off on me, you know, in that instance.
It's a perfect compliment.
Combination. Weave it to a T. Oh, my God.
But you need that. You need somebody. We're a perfect yin and yang.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Yin and yang? Okay. Yeah, so I'm like balls to the wall. Like, I'll say yes to everything. She says I say yes to everything, but that's where the opportunities are.
She do.
Richard Branson. He's like, say yes to the opportunity.
Who is that?
Girl, that's the owner of Virgin Records, Virgin Airlines, all that.
Oh.
Yeah, so high school dropout, billionaire. Yeah, so he says you say yes to the opportunity, figure it out on the way. Even if you don't know how to do it, say yes anyway.
Y'all finna do that?
Do it.
I don't know, I'm still a little reserved.
Along the way.
Yeah,
just like our event today. Like we wanted a videographer.
Shout out to our friend Latrell Yancey.
Yes, that's beautiful. Listen,
chef's kiss.
Beautiful work.
Yes, and we're gonna make sure we tag him too. We keep saying his name. He's a videographer, photographer. And shout out to him for being willing to help some old friends. Yes.
But again, the importance of speaking things into existence. I call it guarding the portal to your brain. What you speak, what you're looking at, what you're consuming, what you're listening to is going to create fruit. Now, what kind of fruit do you want depends on what you are watching, what you're listening to, what you're saying to yourself and to others. So it's very, very important that you not only have a vision, but you're speaking it into fruition. Okay,
that's good.
So we wanted a videographer, and lo and behold, our buddy came in clutch.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and you know what's funny about even this event is we wanted to do the boxing event, and we had talked about it. It wasn't, I don't think it was going to be our first event.
Right.
And we had emailed, you know, the boxing gym. We were waiting on a response, and then this opportunity came up. So it's kind of like it all just, you know, we didn't even have to, like, the effort, you know. It planned and it worked out well. So again, just kind of keeping going, even though we didn't hear from them, you know, we were going to follow up, but then we just didn't have to.
Yeah, because we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, we do.
Moms, jobs, other
we work
obligations.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. Even when we're not on the clock, we working.
Yes.
But
this podcast is work too. Like,
I
be up in my bed at night like, okay, I got to do this, move this around. Y'all, it's hard, but it's very, very rewarding. So, yeah. And I think too, like if you have kids, being able to show them that no matter what is going on, or yes, I have kids, yes, I work, but mom went back to school. Mama doing a podcast. Mama went boxing. Like they was like, oh yeah, we know you were today. I called them. They were like, yeah, we knew you were at your class, so they didn't call me. You know what I mean? But like, I want them to believe that they can do absolutely anything, no matter what. And like Angie said, there are going to be obstacles, but we can jump over them obstacles. Maybe we can go under the obstacles. We can go around. You know what I mean? So just because something is in your way at present doesn't mean that, oh, it's a stop. It's a stop sign. No, there are other means and there are other ways. And if it's God's will, then you definitely going to be able to walk into whatever it is that, you know, you're trying to do and pursue. So,
yeah. But I think, again, it's also important that you speak what you're trying to do. I feel like in our culture, we don't, I hate this saying, you don't want to let the right hand with the left hand is doing. Hate that saying.
Yes. Well, and it relates to like people, like you don't want everybody in your stuff.
You don't want people knowing in the Kool-Aid.
Well, yeah, because you can't tell everybody everything.
I agree, but at the same point, like you never know where your help is going to come from, or where who your testimony is going to affect.
That's true.
Yeah. So I just really
let the left hand know what the right hand doing.
Yeah, you don't have to disclose everything.
No, you don't.
But,
no. Because
but
people out here stealing dreams and visions.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like sometimes you can encourage someone. Yo, I'm trying to do this. It's been difficult, but I've been able to accomplish this, this, and this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's important that we kind of get out of that mindset that we can't tell.
Yeah, And I always tell, even if you tell somebody and somebody is able to do it before you, doesn't mean that you can't continue to do it or do it. Because like we said before in another podcast, like there's a million Walgreens, there's a million Chick-fil-A's. They're all, what do you call it? They're franchise.
Like
you know
in
what I mean?
The same vicinity. Yeah. If you ever notice, Home Depot is probably right across the street, if not on the same block as a Lowe's.
Yes. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A right next to a Keyz.
Walgreens and CVS.
Yep.
Same street, you know. But people gonna go where they want to go. They gonna buy where they want to buy. They gonna support who they want to support, and you gonna have your own audience. Yeah. You gonna have your own, people who are going to do and follow or what have you. So don't worry about the fact that somebody else then started this and I was gonna do it, but now they doing it. And I don't want to look like I'm copying. So what? Like that's where I am in life.
Both are able to thrive.
Yeah.
I have rarely ever seen. Even though they're in close proximity, any of those examples, I've rarely seen either one of them go out of business.
No, still here.
It's enough for everybody.
It's enough for everybody. So let's all eat together, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did we talk enough about being persistent?
I think we have. I think people get the idea. But
y'all get the idea.
But to reiterate, the keys are
keep going.
Yeah,
just
keep
do
going.
It. Yeah.
Ask for the help when you need it.
And again, no matter the adversity, like even the young man that you talked about, the fact that he was, incarcerated, but just because he was incarcerated don't mean it ain't a job for him. Right. You know what I mean? Because there are some people who hire felons, if that's what you call them, or whatever. Don't let the no's, don't let the naysayers, don't let the negative Nancy's, make you feel like, shoot, I shouldn't do it. Get you a group of people that's going to be like, yep, rah, sis, do it. I'm behind you. I support you 100%. Yeah.
And these opportunities are out here. If you go on the internet, we walking around with these little computers all day and night. You can be looking up grants. You could be looking up programs that can assist you in whatever it is you want to do. And something that I've told my kiddos to do. If there's something that you want to do, you need to go on social media and find somebody that's already doing what you want to do. 9.5 times out of 10, they will respond to you and answer whatever questions you have about their occupation.
Yeah, that's so true. Do you remember, I don't know if you know, I'm talking to y'all like I'm talking to y'all. So there's this Miel Organics, the hair care product lady. So this was like when I was first starting my t-shirt business. And I feel like she was just kind of getting in the game. And I was following her. I forgot how I found her. And I reached out to her on social media. Now, everybody don't be responding. She responded back. I got some questions, what have you. Can you help me out? She was like, yep, email me here, what have you. I emailed her, and do y'all know she responded to me and gave me some tips and some tricks. And I thought that was amazing. And now you see her now, and she's even more like celebrities are promoting her things. Her stuff is in the store. And I think it was in the store back then too. And I think that's what I was interested in or what have you. Like, how did she get her products in there? But I just felt like she was a RN, and then she decided to do these hair care products. But like Angie said, like there is somebody out there who will say yes, who will help you.
Breaks.
There we go.
Especially during summer breaks and just breaks in general. People have time to respond to you and encourage you at least. Yeah. But you could have easily spoken yourself out of that.
I could have.
Reaching out.
I could have.
She's too busy.
Yeah.
She's too busy.
She ain't gonna answer me.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to get out of that funky mindset.
Yeah, I just got some chills. I'm gonna go get into some more DMs. I'm sliding into your DMs. So if I slide, make sure you respond. If you're a celebrity watching this.
Yes.
K-Ro.
Yes.
Love you, girl.
Okay, now you're getting creepy.
All right, y'all. We at the end of it.
All right. You can follow me at the Smaller Rooms on IG.
At I Am Daria on IG.
And again, like, follow, subscribe, comments, share, all those things.
And we are on IG, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, where_r_my_Keyz with a Z. So make sure you follow us. All right.
Amen.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Bye.